You just lost the contract, not to a better solution, but to a second-best alternative that is demonstrably worse. You offer a premium product. Your engineering is tight, your materials are top tier, and the long-term ROI is clear. Yet quarter after quarter, buyers are choosing cheaper, lower-quality options that barely meet the minimum requirements. This happens because sales teams often fall into the engineer's mindset. They assume buyers are perfectly rational actors. The belief is straightforward. Provide enough specifications, run the math, prove the efficiency, and the buyer will logically arrive at the correct decision. Leading with logic shifts the entire conversation to a spreadsheet. When you focus solely on data, the buyer inevitably compares your numbers against the competitor's numbers. You invite a direct comparison on the exact metric where the inferior product will always win, the upfront cost. In high-ticket B2B sales, especially in complex or emerging markets like Myanmar, deals are rarely won on pure technical merit. Teams typically default to one of two distinct methodologies. The first optimizes for features and logic. The second optimizes for human aspirations and perceived value. This graphic maps two approaches. On the left, the technical playbook relies heavily on pitch decks, spec sheets, and price comparisons. On the right, the emotional playbook shifts focus to active listening and mapping aspirations to secure their legacy. When your market is flooded with discount competitors, running the standard pitch will isolate you. Winning requires stepping away from the slides to uncover the human stakes behind the buyer's operation. Let's look at how this plays out in the field. Imagine trying to sell a $1 million agricultural processing system in a developing market where cheap, functional alternatives already dominate the landscape. The equipment is highly complex. It requires significant engineering expertise to install and maintain. A pure technical strategy dictates that the sales team must spend their time explaining the mechanics. They walk the buyer through the throughput rates, the durability of the components, and the operational superiority of the system. The buyer listens. They understand exactly what the machinery does. But understanding a feature does not create urgency. The buyer sees a competent machine, but feels no personal drive to stretch their budget for the premium version. Look at this chart. When a buyer views your premium solution and the cheap alternative as functionally capable of doing the same basic job, the perceived value levels out. The conversation immediately narrows to price. Over-indexing on logical features commoditizes your own offering. You strip away the unique value of your brand, guaranteeing a loss against a competitor who can undercut your quote by 50%. The alternative is the emotional connection strategy. This requires stopping the active pitch entirely. It means spending time in the client's environment and prioritizing active listening. The rep must shift their behavior. Instead of pushing product specifications, they must search for the buyer's underlying motivation. They have to find out what the business owner is actually trying to achieve in their career. For example, during a casual conversation, a regional buyer might mention a long-term goal. They might reveal a desire to upgrade their output to meet strict international standards, allowing them to finally export their product to European markets. The sales team aligns their technical features with that ambition immediately. The premium machinery provides the specific engineering certification required to enter the EU, turning the conversation toward a strategic export license. You contrast their current low-tech reality, like weighing sacks on a dirt floor, with the future state they just described, when the equipment represents their personal legacy and a massive business milestone. The initial price tag becomes secondary. This approach bypasses standard procurement objections. However, it requires a significant trade-off. It demands high emotional intelligence from the rep, the willingness to navigate a nonlinear sales cycle, and immense patience. Here is a framework mapping exactly where high-ticket deals are won. The horizontal axis measures technical focus, and the vertical axis measures emotional connection and field presence. Operating with high technical knowledge but low emotional connection puts you in the bottom right. This is the commodity trap, where deals are constantly lost to cheaper alternatives. The goal is the top right quadrant. This is where high technical proficiency meets high emotional presence. Technical knowledge is the prerequisite to get you into the room. Emotional presence and the trust that follows are what actually close the deal. Regardless of how complex the technology is, The moment of truth in any high-stakes transaction is always human. Buyers make decisions with their hearts first, and then use logic to justify that choice. Committing $1 million in an uncertain market carries immense personal risk. That investment is a wager on trust. They need to know the vendor will stand by them when problems arise. The vendor who understands who the customer dreams to be will consistently defeat the vendor holding the perfect specification sheet. This scorecard breaks down how to implement this shift. Technical founders should treat product specs as a baseline. Success depends on framing engineering as the vehicle for a client's professional growth. Sales leaders must evaluate their training programs. Stop checking reps solely on feature lists and begin coaching them to identify the emotional drivers behind corporate operations. If you are a high-ticket rep facing a cheaper competitor, lowering your price is the wrong move. Increase your field presence and map your solution directly to their long-term vision. To survive in price-sensitive markets, connect your solution to the buyer's future legacy.